Okay, in this video, we're going to be factoring the expression x squared minus 7x minus 30. So normally when we go through factoring, there's a couple things we want to double check before we actually start. We want to ask ourselves two questions. First, is there a common monomial? And nothing goes into all three terms, so no common monomial, or at least none that will be useful, because technically I can pull out x, not x, but 1 or negative 1, but neither of which is particularly useful in this situation. Second thing we want to check, is it a pattern? And this is not the a squared minus b squared, which is the main one I focus on, nor is it the a squared plus or minus 2ab plus b squared. So it's neither of the patterns. So we just start a guess and check process. And the guess and check process that I'm using here is the factoring by grouping process. So just going through, you can see the steps listed off to the side. We're going to multiply the first and last terms. So x squared times negative 30 is negative 30 x squared. Step 2 is to find factors of that product that add up to be in the middle term. So if you have a hard time doing this, then a strategy that you can use is just start with 1 and go through the list of factors. So 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10, 4 doesn't go into 30, 5 times 6, and any higher I will repeat. So if you're having a hard time figuring out the right combination, first make a list. Second, since I know it has to multiply to be a negative, I know one's positive and one's negative. So I can think a little bit more in depth about it, but I usually just go like this and make one of the columns negative and work down through from there. Our goal is to add to be negative 7. So negative 1 plus 30, that's definitely not 7. Negative 2 and 15, not 7 either. Negative 3 and 10 is positive 7 if we add them, but we need a negative 7. So let's just swap the signs. So positive 3 and negative 10 add to be negative 7. And it still multiplies to be our negative 30. So we found our correct combination. So from here, we can continue. Now, since there is no leading coefficient, we can do this a very short way by skipping over the next two steps and just writing out the factors. If there is no leading coefficient or no value for a, so if that number there beside x squared is 1, we can skip steps 3 and 4, which is what we're going to do here. The factors will come out to be x plus 3 and x minus 10 based on the two factors we found the combination for earlier. However, again, if there is a number beside the x squared, say if there's a 5 there, that does not work and you have to do steps 3 and 4. You can still do steps 3 and 4 even if there is a 1 there if you want, but it's a lot shorter just to skip over those steps if it is 1.